Hello, today we are going to show you an art watercolor tutorial to remind us of the crucifixion of Jesus that took place on Good Friday. According to the Gospel of Mark, Jesus' crucifixion began at 9 a.m. and he endured the pain of hanging on the cross for 6 hours. At noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon, and at 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Then Jesus took his last breath. We are going to recreate the 3 crosses that stood on the mountain and the darkness that came over the land using watercolors. For this tutorial, you will need watercolors. We use Crayola 16 count watercolors. You'll need a paintbrush. You will need a piece of white cardstock. Stella used a blank sheet, and Lucas used a sheet with the crosses already printed out. And I will attach that into this materials as a PDF, so you can print this out as well. Please bear with me. I'm by no means an art teacher. I'm just a mom with 2 kids trying to help other moms. First, we're going to use the yellow paint. So you can see right here, it's our primary color. We're gonna make 1 strip of yellow right here above the hill. Just gonna be an arrow. If you can see my picture right here, that's what we're working towards. So Lucas is doing that. Now Stella, on the other hand, has a blank sheet. So she's just going all the way across with the yellow. Now they're finished with their first strip of yellow. Now we're going to use the yellow-orange color right here. So it's just a little bit darker. When you put it on the page, it's just going to look a little bit darker than the yellow by itself. So we're just going to do another strip. It may help with our younger artists if you make them a line and let them fill it in, so that they understand how far to go. I know it helps us here at home. And with the watercolors, it's really easy to start blending the colors together. And you'll see that with the darker colors we use, the less water you put onto the watercolor palettes, the darker the color will be. Okay, now that your yellow and your yellow-orange is complete, which you can't see too much of a variation of that right now, we're gonna add in the orange color next, right next to your yellow. I've already made Lucas's strip, so he knows how far to go. And so now he's gonna start filling that in. It's okay. God made us wash and wear, right? You want to put a little bit more water on that in that paint, Lucas. Be careful, you don't want to spill it like Mama did.
Mama duck.
Did Mama make a mess?
Yeah.
Good job. Now this is Stella's, and as you can see, the colors are, you can see the strips of different colors. I'm gonna show y'all how, an easy way just to kind of blend it together. Maybe. You just overlap the layers. So it's okay if your layers go over each other. You're just gonna overlap the colors a little bit and help blend in the colors. And this is something that may be a little more challenging for our younger artists. Believe me, I find it challenging as an adult to make it work. So you're just gonna blend the colors together. And so with each next layer that we do, you're going to just overlap just a little. Okay, now we have started using our orangish reddish color right here. Lucas has his stripe. He's filling his in. Stella's filling hers in. As you can see, we worked a little more on Stella's blending of her colors. And the blending of the colors is easier to do if your colors have more water in it. The more water, the lighter the color will be and the more blended it'll look. Okay, now the kids are painting in the red. Reddish, yes, reddish. They're gonna fill that part in. They can overlap into their reddish orange color as well to make it look a little more blended. Like I said before, the more water you have when it comes to the blending, the better it'll look. How's it going, Stella? What do you think?
Good.
Stella?
Good.
Good? Silent? How do we do it, Lucas?
We do it as a family.
As a family. So our next color is going to be this pinky purpley color right here on the end.
Oh.
Lucas is going to start filling his in. That's going to, so as you can see, the sky's getting darker and darker, just like it says in the Bible. The darkness came across the land. Lucas, are you having fun?
No. Yes.
You think you're so funny. Don't you think your friends would have fun doing this with their families?
Yes.
Yes,
It's like-
ma'am. Okay, so the kids have finished with their purpley pink color. Now they're using a really dark purple or an indigo color for one of their top layers. As you can see, it's getting a lot darker than where the sunset is at the bottom. Okay, next we're gonna do a little color mixing because we're looking for something that's darker than the indigo color, but not as dark as black. So what I did was I got a little bit of the dark blue on the paintbrush and then dipped in just a little bit of black and then just start painting it. So that'll be, put down the paper please. That'll be just about a little bit darker than the indigo. Go ahead, Lucas. Put a little bit of blue and then just a dab of black. I'm gonna start painting the top. And then we'll mix it together. How's it going, Stella? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now the kids have finished their background. Lucas is complete. There was a little bit of white strip underneath from where it printed out, and I just cut that off to make it look better. And then Stella's, her next step will be painting on the cross on the hill. Crosses on the hill. Okay, for this next part, since Stella did hers on just a blank sheet of white cardstock, she's going to now form her hill. We chose to use acrylic paint for this part because it'll be a little bit darker than the watercolors would be. So, but you can use the watercolors if that's what you have. Acrylic paint is not washable, so try not to get it on your clothes or furniture. So she's going to make the curved hill silhouette at the bottom. And then once she has filled that all in, she'll create her crosses. Okay, now Stella has completed her hill. She's now going to work on her middle cross, which is Jesus's cross. And that can be however you want it to be. It's your painting. The easiest way would be to start from the top and work your way down. However tall you want to make it. It's up to you. Okay, now you need a cross on either side. Okay, Stella finished painting her 3 crosses on the hill. So there's Lucas's and there's Stella's.